welcome back on this week's. That was a cut short one. It was a little short. We sat down with Akira Akira, super dope dude. Music is really cool. We talked about a whole bunch of stuff, kind of how he got started. He also is involved in Mad Decent. Is an A&R, which basically he has good taste and gets paid for it. That's basically his job description, or what he was doing for a while for, like, you know, artists like Diplo, like I think actually for Mad Decent, he was saying.
Yeah. He works with Diplo a lot.
Yeah, he's played all kinds of different shows. He tells a lot of really cool stories about like just being involved with Diplo and all that. He's got his music is dope. I mean, you can check him out. Akira Akira, like I said, on Spotify, all that. And and then he goes into also just because he's from LA and lives around the LA area, just like food wrecks, oddly enough. We go into food for a little. So
we were talking about food. We talk about like sort of how he started in music in general, like how he kind of got into it, sort of like having influence for his father and then sort of taking a deviation from his father and then, you know, kind of where that led to where he is today. And then we kind of close it out with some projects that he is currently doing. And I think that's pretty much
the whole
it.
podcast. I mean, it sounds like he's got a lot of stuff in the pipeline. He does a lot of different genres, which is cool. You know, he does some deep house. He does a lot of like reggaeton stuff. Like he does he has a lot of Latin influence in a lot of the stuff that he does.
Yeah.
But yeah, you should check him out, Akira Akira, and his Instagram is It's That Akira. And enjoy the episode.
It was really nice of Plumpy to hook us up. How do you know him?
Definitely from Mad Decent.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely when I was A&Ring at Mad Decent. Yeah, I think that's what that was.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's right, because he did stuff with Mad Decent as well.
Yeah, that's right.
He had like a single release with Tress Mortimer.
That's right. Yeah, I remember that.
I saw him walking around the neighborhood today, actually.
You did, yeah. It's kind of funny. We live like a few houses away from him.
That's fire. Wait, where do you guys live? I forgot where. It's like Middle America, kind of.
It's in like East Coast, and like it's like right on the border of Connecticut and Rhode Island, like right on the coastline there.
Oh yeah, because he's like saying like you guys were snowed in, and it's like crazy or some shit.
Yeah,
we did.
Dude, we got like a solid 2 feet randomly, and we were for sure snowed in.
Well, dude, we're on the water. We usually don't get a lot of snow. Usually it's just like windy and cold. But this was like, it's like made up for the past 3 years. It just dumped on us.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. So wait, where are you at?
I'm in LA.
Okay. Yeah. So there you go.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Damn.
It fucking sucks. It sucks.
Perfect weather all the time.
It's hot as shit today.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
How's the traffic?
Traffic sucks, dude. I played a show in Indianapolis 2 days ago. I'm just like, wow, the air is cleaner. Like, there's not as much traffic. Like, I'm like, whoa.
In progress.
Got it. Recording in progress.
I was like, sorry. I was just like, oh shit. He's like going into a story. I haven't even hit record for him yet.
You're good. But yeah, no, I'm just like, it's just something like, wow, LA is kind of like just too much. So
yeah, I've definitely heard that. Well, like friggin' who was it? Like I think it was Elon Musk. Like he was in traffic one day and he was like, all right, that's it. We're gonna build tunnels.
Dude, the traffic is just insane. Like literally, I don't have free time because I'm always working. And then just as soon as I'm done working, I'm stuck in traffic for like 2 hours.
Yeah, that's
really
wild.
2 hours, huh?
Well, I live in like Pasadena. So like I'm like working out of this like academy thing right now in Santa Monica. So that's an hour drive just going there. And then going back sometimes it's like an hour and a half too.
Dude, it's crazy because I feel like the highways are so wide too. Like I've been to like Southern Cali a bunch. Like my sister is in Orange County right now. But and like it doesn't even matter. There's like 5-lane highways and like it's still like
dude, there's like fucking 10 million people here. It just it doesn't make fucking sense. I'm over this shit. But I have to be here because like music, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, like if you didn't like if you had a choice, where would you rather live?
Dude, I don't fucking know.
Have you always lived in LA?
I mean, I was born in the Bay, but like I moved out here when I was 3, so I'm basically from here.
Right.
But like, I mean, maybe Japan. I don't know. I'm also a Japanese citizen, so like, I can move over there if I want to, but like at the same time,
Yeah, that'd be a huge
It's like a
move.
massive, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been? I would imagine.
Yeah,
right?
I used to go like every year, but
Okay.
the whole pandemic really fucked everything up. But,
Right.
Yeah.
So does that mean you're bilingual? You can speak Japanese?
dude, hey, I used to be. I used to be, but like I talked to my grandma the other day and I'm like, wow, don't remember a single fucking thing. I do, but like I can't remember how to speak in sentences because like I'm not surrounded by it. I don't live with my mom anymore. So I'm just like, how the fuck?
Yeah, it's tough, dude. I get the same thing with Arabic.
Yeah,
like my grandma only speaks
I know
Arabic.
more Spanish now, and I'm not even fucking like any bit of Latin.
Really?
Just, I guess because LA, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, the California does kind of have a lot.
Is
it freezing up? I think we're back.
We're back.
We're back in action. All right.
We're live again. Hell yeah.
So dude, tell me a little bit about, so you've been absolutely killing it. I was looking up.
Really? Thank you. Oh my God. Dude, thank you.
Yeah. Well, like, I mean, so I was just doing like a little bit of just, if you just even briefly look you up, all of your tracks on Spotify, you have like, boom, one that has over 1 million or close to 1 million plays. You got like stacked numbers of songs with well over 100,000 plays, which is crazy. I'm used to, I talk to a lot of independent artists who, when they get a song that hits 10,000 plays, it's like a really good day for them. So, like when I see numbers like you're pushing, it's really impressive. And so like, obviously congrats, but like, what's that been like?
I honestly don't know because I don't see money from it. So.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of wild. It's kind of crazy.
Honestly, like, I mean, like legalities for like the remix, that one remix that I did for Major Lazer that has like the close to 1 million, I'm never going to see any money from, but it's cool. It's all good look, right? Like, It's like, oh, wow. Like this person has almost this many plays, like, or this plays. Like, that's crazy. It's all just like look stuff. Also, like for me, I don't know how any of this shit works. I'm just like, oh, cool. Like, let's just put out music. Cool. I don't care.
It's good
as long as it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it's like, as long as stuff is like cool, like that's all I care about. So I'm just like, I literally don't give a fuck about numbers. But yeah.
It's just so happens to
be working out.
It's just whatever fucking works for me, I guess.
Do you
like what?
Oh, sorry. Do you view like the numbers as like little data points though? Like if one track does a little bit better than another, do you kind of like introspectively be like, like what was it about that particular one? Was it the time of release? Was it how I promoted it or anything like that?
So I'm like big into like statistics and trying to figure out how everything works. Okay. But also at the same time, I'm also big into like not giving a fuck.
Right.
Yeah, I feel that.
So for me with music, it's like, it's not about like, I understand like how everything kind of works. I mean, at least I hope I do. But like, for me, it's just like, it's all about sonicalities. But, and like, I understand like, oh, well, this did well because like Interscope like had a budget for press and whatever.
Okay.
And they got salty and then took it out of the playlist kind of thing, or like whatever. Like, I understand like how things work, like budgeting for marketing, PR, whatever the hell, playlisting. But like, yeah, I understand it because like from working from a label, working with labels and then working at a label, you just like kind of understand how all that shit works. But like at the same time, like I don't care as long as it's just sonically just like.
It's a good point too, because like at the end of the day, like whether or not all that other stuff happens, like it still has to sound good, right? So and you still have to like it, and like people still have to fuck with it, whether or not it's getting pushed or not, right?
Yeah.
So like
for sure.
You don't know if that stuff's gonna follow, but it's like, well, I have to make sure this thing sounds good. Like that's kind of your top priority, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, also my whole thing too is just like with like anything, it's just like not to stay in one lane kind of thing. So like I'm the most like with my DJ sets. If you ever saw like a Twitch live stream back during like quarantine time, I was like all over the place, like open format, but like open fucking format. Like we're playing fucking emo pop punk or rock or some shit, or like we're playing fucking old rock or whatever. We're playing dembow reggaeton shit, or we're playing fucking deep fucking house cuts or deep dance hall cuts or something, like, you know, like all over the place, K-pop, J-pop, you know, random shit. So like my whole thing is just to be like wherever the fuck. And if something's working, like I don't really care if it's working. It's just because like I liked it because it's cool.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I
Like-
mean, I can definitely tell just by listening to your tracks that there's like an utmost care for every part of it sonically. Like sometimes you hear stuff and you're like, oh, I feel like that could have been brighter, or that could have had more mid-range, or, you know, maybe that could have, but with your stuff, like through and through, not only does it like punch really, really hard, but it has this really wonderful, like, top end sort of like modern clarity to it.
We were kind of blasting in the house earlier.
Yeah. We were getting prepped for the podcast. We're like, we're just in the fucking house, like, like some of them were like
Hell
that.
yeah.
But like, you know,
I mean, that's how I feel still. I'm like, fuck, it should have, like, the mix could have been way better, but like, I'm glad it translates well to you guys. Like, that means a lot. Thank you so much.
and you're the artist too. I feel like as soon as you release it, you're like, fucking hell, the snare should have been 1 dB lower or louder, you know?
Yeah. I mean, but like, at the end of the day, it's like consumer shit, right? Like in that sense of like, for listener perspective, it's like, as long as it hits the listener, then like, that's kind of what matters too.
Right.
I mean, for me, but then also the listener. It's like, we could, so like, if we just meet halfway, like if you guys like it, or like if the world likes it, then like, okay, cool. Like I can't be too hard on myself. I'll like it too.
Right.
There's a reason why people like it, kind of thing.
When you're looking back at stuff that you release, is there stuff that you are looking for, like with a song that like you're like, okay, I need to carry this over to my next project?
I mean, kind of just like the whole insight of like keeping things like fun and dancey. I think that's my biggest thing. Fun, dancey, or if not fun and dance, it's like super like artsy, but not like too artsy. Like my whole thing was like Paul Devereaux. When my first EP that I ever put out, the Amoy EP, which is like 2016 or some shit like that, like super long time ago. Not even that long. It's not even that long, really. But like in the age of like how music goes, you know, today, it's real long time ago.
Yeah, people are just pumping stuff out.
Yeah, but he was like, dude, just like I don't want basic shit. I just want like keep it weird, but like also relatable. And like that saying has stuck with my fucking like mind for like ever since then. Like, oh wow, that actually makes so much sense. Like I don't want to make basic shit. I'm tired of making basic pop music. Cool, let's just do like weird, but pop formatted in a sense, so it's relatable. But yeah, definitely keeping it weird, kind of thing.
Yeah,
so
I feel you. Like
if it's not fucking dance and fun and whatever the fuck, then it's weird, artsier, but still, you know, the classic kick snare, hip hop trap set pattern or whatever.
Yeah.
So do you play a lot of shows, or have you recently? Like, what are like the type of shows you play? Like, you playing at like clubs and stuff, or like?
I used to be. That's incorrect. I used to play a lot of clubs. I used to play like Avalon, kind of, what is it, Academy, a bunch of those like Insomniac kind of owned clubs, and then used to play a couple festivals too. But then I was like, I got into like the whole EDM route, and I'm just like, kind of not my scene.
Yeah.
Okay. No, it's like it is my scene because that's like where like I grabbed all my knowledge of music and everything. But that's also cap. That's not where I grabbed all my knowledge of music. Kind of. But that's like where I started out in music. So like, I started playing like festival kind of areas of like DJing clubs, and then I was like, I kind of want to like grow up a bit more. Not really like in the sense of like saying or dismissing like EDM is like not grown up, but just like in the sense of like, I kind of want to reach more.
It's a little, I started playing. Yeah, I don't know. I get it. Like it's a little, it feels a little more like, I don't know. I don't want to say like poppy now, but like, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's kind of the vibes I get with like the general.
Yeah.
Like,
so then what kind of shows are you trying to play these days then?
Well, I'm playing right now. I'm just playing like a bunch of like clubs, bars. Like I played a random bar, like in Indianapolis, I got booked for, which is super cool. It's like super like low key bar. Yeah. I'm super down for like anything like low key or weird or whatever. But just as long as like I can just play music, I'm down. Like I don't care.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Dude, what kind of got you into it at the start of this? So like, the one day there's a kid and he's like, oh, computer. Or did you like find an instrument first and then got into recording, or how did that work?
Well, so my dad was a music producer. He used to produce for like Tupac and whatnot.
What?
That's dope. Yeah,
That's
what do you
awesome.
mean?
That's super cool.
My dad made like Brenda's Got a Baby and Changes
Dude, what?
and whatnot. Yeah.
Casual drop. Okay.
It's casual for me, but like I guess that's not casual.
No, that's super cool, dude. What the hell?
But yeah, like my dad was like super also big inspiration for me too. But like I was always in the studio with him growing up. I mean, of course, I'm his fucking child, but like always in the studio. But throughout the like whole time I was like, I don't want to do music. Like, this is your thing. Kind of like being like shy and timid. Like, this is your thing. Like, you got this. Like, nah, I shouldn't play like fucking piano. No, it's okay. You got this. This is your thing.
Right.
But then like in middle school, my friends were like, dubstep started becoming like a thing in the States, but not the like crazy dubstep that dubstep is now.
Yeah.
Like the old like screaming banga or like Koki dubstep, like the OG UK sound. And I was like, oh, this is fire because this is so fucking different. And I'm so sick of hearing the same fucking dumb hip hop or jaw rule shit or whatever the fuck that's on the radio every day.
Yeah.
Other than every Pharrell, like if a song was not Pharrell or Timbaland produced, I was like, this fucking sucks. Like this fucking sucks.
A lot of heavy opinions as a middle schooler. I love it.
Yeah. But like, well, because like, I mean, like I'm surrounded by it like every day, right? Like you hear music every single fucking day not against my will, but like kind of like in that sense, like it's like you go to school and my dad's studio down the street from school. Cool. I'd go walk to my dad's studio and stay there until like 10 p.m. playing Grand Theft Auto when I was in elementary school, which is crazy.
And like you got to think everybody's listening to the radio, so it's like you only got radio music. Like you couldn't really like look shit up.
Exactly. Yeah. Like this is kind of like before middle school for me, which is I culminated middle school in 2010. There's no such thing as graduating middle school.
Graduation. Congrats, man.
Thanks, dude. No, so I culminated middle school in 2010. I got into music or DJing 2009. I started DJing. I was like, yo, can you give me like, I told my dad like, yo, can you give me like a DJ, like little setup? He's like, oh yeah. Like he used to also DJ. He was like, yeah, we could just get you like a controller thing. Like that's what's new. You don't need to get a whole turntables fucking setup. I'm not buying you a turntable setup. I'm like, I don't want a turntable setup. Cool. Thank you.
We agree.
So I started, yes, we're in agreement. So I picked up DJing and just like, was like listening to like mixes from like BBC Radio 1 and like on YouTube or whatever. And it's like, okay, like that's how people do it. Like I already had the natural like count of like, oh, I know what a 4x4 time signature is. I know what a 3x4 time signature is. I was never taught music, but like just being around it,
right,
accustomed to the knowledge. But then so picked up DJing and then started was like, I need to play my own music out. Like that's what all these other DJs are doing. Like I need to start making my own music. Started making my own music in like 2011 or 12.
So you're like fresh in high school at this point, right? Because that's like okay.
High school 2000 or not 2000. Yeah, high school 2011, making music in 9th or 10th grade.
Yeah, that's an early start. It's an early start. Yeah, I think so because I think a lot of like a lot like I remember in middle school like I started like picking up drums, but like not a lot of kids were really doing music stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think
I started playing drums too.
Yeah, I think like some kids.
That's fire.
Yeah, thank you. And I picked up music production too around the same time because it went hand in hand. Like I learned how to play drums and I was like, oh, we should record songs even though we sucked. And
I mean,
and then like
nothing sucks. So.
Yeah, I could probably change your mind on some of those other recordings. So I think like thinking about it, like you're a freshman, you're like, oh shit, I want to DJ and I want to make my own songs. Like that's a good early start because some people don't think about picking up any of this until they're like 20 and they start like, oh, I can buy this stuff and I can, start doing DJing. Oh, I can become a producer, but it sounds like you started really young, which is great.
Yeah. I started super young, I guess.
Yeah. You don't think about it, but dude, you were like 14. You're like, all right, time to make my own music.
Oh, fuck yeah. I was like 13, 14. I was like, I need to make my own shit.
Yeah.
And it was more so like, I just have a fucking huge ego. So I'm just like, fuck everybody. Like I need to be doing everything. Which is also not good. And I've learned to tame that. But yeah. Yeah, dude, fuck. Yeah, that's early, I guess. Holy shit. Yeah.
But it's good because you get the reps in early. You know, you get the learning stage done at an earlier time, such that like, you know, it'll make sense now where you're at.
For sure.
You know, as the age that you are. But anyway, so you started making your own stuff like back like freshman, sophomore year, you said?
Yeah, freshman, sophomore year, I was making my own stuff. And then we had this thing, I went to this charter school called Champs in LA. And then they had like this thing called Fridays on the Field. We'd always like we would be able to DJ every Friday. I was like, oh, cool. Like, this is fire. Like, this is a way for me to like test out my music kind of thing.
Yeah. That's
and dope. I was like, oh, so which is fire because like you can make all the music you want in the world, but like, there's no fucking way to tell if people like it or not, unless you play it out for people.
Yeah. For sure.
So that's like, you know, sometimes like I play the thing or I play the songs out and on the speakers and it's fucking just be like way too much bass. You can't hear anything. It's just like, oh, that's fucked. So like now I got to learn mixing too. Fuck. That's just like that's a never ending experience because I'm still learning and I think I'm decent, but like, fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did that. I was doing that and that helped me kind of like, all right, cool. This is what people want to hear, but like, I want to still do it my own way. Cool. But like, how do I do it this way? So it's kind of like, I've always been following that, like, keep it weird, but relatable.
Right.
Cause like, I'm such a fucking people pleaser. Like I'm the biggest people pleaser. So like, I just want like, how do I make you happy? Like, what the fuck do I need to do?
Right.
Okay, cool. I can make dance songs. Cool. I can make you dance. That's all I want to fucking do. But at the same time, I want to cater to me too. So, yeah, it's that was like a good like learning experience, I guess, for me of like, this is what people want. This is how you can give people what they want by also doing your own thing. And then, yeah, I was doing that. And then 12th grade, fucking dropped out of high school. So I was like, fuck this shit. Like I was so bad at school. I was really poor grades. Only grades that I did well was like art class. Cause my art teacher was always like, yeah, like do whatever, draw whatever. I'm like, cool.
Everything's art. Everything's an art.
Yeah, everything's art. I'm like, fuck yeah, it is. But yeah, I dropped out of high school. I was like literally only a semester away, which is so dumb looking back.
Yeah, it's interesting.
But I was like, dude, I want to do music. Like, I don't need to fucking go to school for music. Like, I don't need that shit. So started DJing a bunch of like little parties. This party called Ham on Everything is like the first like real like gig that I started playing.
Ham on Everything.
It's so fire because I was like 16 or 17 going to these parties, like not even 18 yet, and just like DJing these parties. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. Like they're still going on. Like they're still throwing the Ham on Everything parties. I'm like, wow, like fuck, that's wild. I used to DJ that shit when I was 16. But yeah, 16-year-old DJing a club, where like underground sus warehouse in like the like hood of LA.
That's wild,
like,
dude.
The fucking hood. Like
somebody coming to be like, who the fuck let this kid in here?
Yeah,
You're like, I'm a DJ.
Yeah, it's super crazy. I'm like looking back at all this is like super like I've never really think about this shit. I'm like, fuck, like I went to like South LA, like really sus part to DJ clubs and shit. But it was so fire because I love that like culture of like underground shit because it's just like it's the most real kind of thing.
Yeah,
and in LA kind of struggles with that with the whole party scene, but like Ham on Everything back then especially was like, wow, like this is what it's like you always see like fucking the warehouse raves and this is it, like, and I'm playing the warehouse raves that I was seeing when I was a kid. I'm like, cool. So I'm like, cool. Grow up, fast forward a bit, start taking music more seriously because I've dropped out of high school and like I need to do something about this.
Yeah.
Basically started talking, hit up this girl Liz on SoundCloud. And then her manager, I was like, hey, like I think you're beautiful. Not trying to like fucking like flirt or hit on her, but like, you know, trying to gas her up like, yo, please work with me, please.
Yeah.
Like,
All right, so you slid her DMs.
Yeah, like sliding in her DMs, but like in a very like PC kind of way.
Please, like,
don't cancel me.
Yeah.
I want to work with you. Like, I think your voice is fucking beautiful. Like all this shit. Her manager hits back and like, hey, like this isn't Liz, but this is her manager. I'm like, fuck, this is embarrassing. He's like, yo, I never email anybody back. Who the fuck are you? I was like, wow, this is super embarrassing and also crazy at the same time.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah, her manager at the time was Juba. Juba's now like head A&R at like Columbia.
Did you send him like a sample or something? Like when you like DM'd her like, hey, like this is my shit, or
yeah, I just gave him like a SoundCloud link, like random shit.
Okay.
Oh, wow, okay.
And like super random. I'm like, because that one moment literally paved the whole way of like me in music now.
That's good though, because more people need to shoot their shot like that. I feel like too many people just don't. Like, I don't know, like, even when, like, we were talking about this the other day, like, I'm mad aggressive. Like, I'll DM people about anything. Like, I don't care, you know what I mean? Like, you kind of just have to, like, do it, you know?
Yeah.
See, but that's, like, debatable. That's, like, a whole nother topic. Because, like, I was just an annoying kid from high school, right? Or, like, out of high school, drop out of high school. And, like, I was like, fuck it, like, shoot your shot. Yes, agree with you. Totally, 1000%. Always fucking shoot your shot. What is that saying? You miss all the shots that you don't take, right?
Yeah, basically.
But you could also be fucking annoying by shooting too many shots, or like, I don't know. There's ways to shoot your shot. I feel like in a more kind of
you got to do it with some tact. Yeah, you don't want to be an asshole, and also like
tactical shots. Yes.
Yeah. I don't think I would follow up more than like once. You know what I mean? Like at that point, it's like, all right.
And the other thing is too is you can't just be like a fucking dumbass. Like you have to have like actual skill and like something to offer. You know,
you did. It sounds like you did it in a professional way, right? You linked yourself, and like, I mean, I don't know, you were high school or so. I'm like,
yeah. I mean, I did it. I was just like trying to just gas the girl up, be like, please work with me. And then it did. We didn't end up working like until like years later. But I was like, he's like, it said Mad Decent on his like handle thing or the little email signature. I was like, oh, whoa, like Mad Decent. Like I've been trying to like get like in touch with them. Like I would send her, they like have like the link to like send your demos here, and no one ever responds. But yeah, I was like, yo, like who's connect for Mad Decent? He's like, oh, here, I'll send you to Paul Dever, the A&R there. And then Paul's like, yo, I've been looking at your stuff for a long time. I'm like, you're an asshole, because like I've literally sent you so many emails and like you never fucking responded. Like you're fucking dick.
He's like, yeah, I've been ghosting you for years. What's up?
Yeah. But he's like, no, like, yeah, I've been checking you out for years. Like, let's fucking get you a release. I'm like, on Jeffries or some shit. I'm like, okay, like it's actually like this easy. Like, holy shit. Okay. And then so did that. Like we like kind of, I never got like a Mad Decent release kind of thing or then, but I was trying to do like a Jeffries thing, and we kind of like never like got to it. But then I did it. I ended up doing a release for his own label. And then that kind of like did that whole thing, I guess, whatever. But then a year later, I was like, yo, I need a job. I'm tired of work. I used to work at vape shops because I was like, fuck yeah, I was big vapor. Like, hell yeah, let's fuck it. It's easy. I know discounts. I already know what the fuck I'm doing. Shit. I was like, I need to get the fuck out of this. Like, please, can I have a job at Mad Decent? And then a year later, I got the job as an A&R because he trusted my like input on music and like knowledge on music.
For those that don't know, which is me, what's A&R?
Artist and repertoire, which is just a fancy word for someone who like just like looks over music that's being made and like kind of like it's just like kind of like the idea person.
Okay.
So like I don't know, an A&R could like literally be like, yo, like you should like do something like this MGMT record, like whatever, or like you should do something like you know, like has knowledge of like past records and like kind of like using that knowledge to other people's advantage. Oh, okay. Like basically like artists themselves can be their own A&R. Like Diplo is a great A&R for himself. Like he's just always on social media and shit too. But like his whole thing is like, I want to be the fucking best and like everything, which is crazy. And it's working out fucking great.
Yeah, he's mad
for him,
funny,
right?
dude. I love Diplo.
Yeah, he's a fucking man. Like he's also like helped me so much. Yeah, I mean, I worked at his fucking label and then like met it. Basically, fast forward, like he played a party for his birthday, and then he was like, "Oh fuck!"
You played a party for his birthday?
I played his private party at Poppy and like West Hollywood. I was like, "Oh wow, this is like West Hollywood life. Like this is like the like influencer life now. I'm like, oh, cool. Like this is kind of like what's important to be like successful, because the influencers are the ones who like kind of like push your shit. Like I was like, everything like growing up, like I was like, oh, this all makes so much sense. Like business wise, like fuck PR. You just seem like influencers, like be friends with influencers. And like a lot of them kind of suck. But a lot of them, but like I have met a lot who are like, as time went on, just like, wow, like you're actually talented, and you're talented. You actually fuck with music, and you're not a dick.
Yeah.
You know, like everybody, and like, oh, and you're not fake kind of thing. Like some people just like put up fronts like, oh, you're only liking this song because it's popping. But everybody knows, or everybody should know at least, that this song was fucking hot dog water.
Yeah.
Like hot dog water.
Like it's like some songs are just fucking not it, but like people just keep pushing it. But like influencers are basically like social media labels.
It's like it's true, dude. They're like a huge part of it now. I mean, that's kind of like part of the problem with when you were talking about like shows, just like festivals earlier. Like I've been to a ton of festivals, and I went to Coachella once, and like it was very like surface level, like superficial, kind of like that exact crowd. And I was like, it felt like a bunch of people who don't actually listen to like this kind of music at one of the shows. You know what I mean? Like I was like, oh, okay. Like,
yeah,
it
man,
was just weird.
Coachella is definitely that for sure.
It was, and that was the first and like last time I went. I was like, it was sick, don't get me wrong, but like at the same time, I was like, there's just like something about it. It was very like, I was like, I feel like I shouldn't be here. Like, you know what I
mean? Yeah, I feel you. That's the thing. It's like genuine response to shit. Like you're like, either you actually fuck with the music, you know, or like you're just like there for the clout of like posting it on your social.
Dude, that's what's like influencer Olympics out there. And every time I was like turning the corner, I was like, oh, okay, like just trying to
like that viral video of everyone trying to get on the bus. This is ridiculous. All right, who here is an influencer? It's that whole thing.
Yeah, bro. But like, I mean, just for me, my whole thing is just like, who gives a fuck? Like, who gives a fuck? Like, just like you should like what you like. Kind of thing. Don't follow into like trends or whatever the fuck. Just do you and like be an individual. But that's not as easy as I think it is for a lot of people. That's just what I've learned, and that's okay. You know, that's fine. There are, trendsetters, and then there are kind of like people who like follow along for the trends, kind of thing. Yeah,
and like there are cool, right? Like there are definitely like cool people out there that also do that, right? It's just like, you know, it's like part of the game. Like you gotta, you work your way and you find the real ones, and you know, like you already know you're out here in West Hollywood, dude.
Yeah, 1,000%. Yeah, you're in West Hollywood. I probably off bat I'm judging you. You know, but like if you're a homie though, like fuck yeah, like I fuck with you. Like if you're genuinely just like super homie, super cool, and like you're actually into like or have the same interests as I do, I'm down.
Right.
Just like normal human interaction, right?
Yeah.
But this is not that common as you would think, especially in LA. But like,
I was gonna say, I have a friend who's out there, and she says like, so she moved from New England to LA to pursue acting, modeling, all that stuff, and she says it's a lot harder to make friends out in LA than it was in the East Coast.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's I told her, I asked her, I was like, is it like the New York City effect where like everyone is seemingly, oh, I'm busy. Oh God, I would, but dude, I'm just busy, you know?
What I've learned is like everyone has their own agenda out here kind of thing. And I grew up in LA, so like, I don't really have that like, what is that?
Like difference in perspective, or
it's just like when like I forgot the fuck that my friend used to like say, like there's a word for people who come in here and like basically colonizers. Not really, but, but like,
Dude, like a poser.
Yeah, like a poser. In LA,
yeah, the
poser?
people, you know, people who aren't from LA and just like come here and like have this whole like thing of like, oh, like this is how I gotta be. This is what LA life is like.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, fool, like just fucking be yourself.
Yeah.
Relax. Like it's not like that. Like just be fucking chill. And then but you have a bunch of people who just come here and just be like on this fucking bougie lifestyle. Granted, I'm bougie as fuck. But that's my lifestyle. I grew up in that lifestyle, right? Cool. But people who come here kind of thing, like trying to like live this whole lifestyle and be someone who they're not. It's just like, that's the thing. So people who are being like what they're actually not. Like I guarantee you did not grow up this way in North Dakota, fool. Like,
I was going to say, it's like, just be the same. It's just hotter over here, you know?
Yeah,
like,
it's just hot. It's hotter over here and we have a fucking nice beach. It's like, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's literally, and traffic.
Traffic.
Yeah.
But it's true. I feel like I hear a lot of that, like, oh, like just people like in LA can be fake. But I guess it depends on, you know, everybody's different. But
that's just there's also a lot of fake people everywhere, you know?
There's fake people everywhere, but it's
there's
more
just
common.
More people in LA. Like there's just millions of people. So
ding, ding, ding. Yep. Yes, sir. That's literally it. Yeah.
So wait a minute. So you've obviously had a lot of time to like be like working like with Diplo on stuff or like collabing with him. Like, does he like mentor you in a way? Like, how does that work?
I don't think. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I have too much of an ego for me to think I have a mentor. Got it. I am very prideful of like, oh, I've taught myself everything kind of thing. But like, I've definitely learned from all the like experiences I've been around with people, especially with him. He's just my homie, but I guess mentor. I don't know. Whatever. What was the question?
Well, that was pretty much it. Like, cause like, for example, had he been your mentor, you might have said something like, yeah, you know, when I first came in, I was like this, but then he showed me the way and man, was it nice, you know, like, nothing like that, huh?
Nah, he definitely didn't show me. I definitely show him more things than he shows me.
That's cool.
That's not even on some on some ego shit. Just like literally like, he just always wants to like, yo, like, how do I do this? How do I do this? Like, cool. Look here, fool. Like, here's how you do it. Cool. Like, hear that. Like, he just wants to learn. And like, I'm like, that's cool. Like, I'm the young kid who knows culture, like tech or whatever the fuck. So he's like, yo, like, please, like, show me kind of thing.
Well, that's cool that he's like humble like that, even given his level of success, that he's willing to like listen to people that are, you know, younger than him and newer in the space. You know what I mean?
He doesn't listen to a lot of younger people. So like, I feel I'm very privileged with this thing. I guess, I don't know. It's really rare. Cause like, you see like other interactions with other people. I'm just like, oh, wow. Like, I'm like, I guess I have a privilege kind of thing, connection with this person.
Well, dude, I mean, if you randomly got an A&R job, it just sounds like you got good taste. And they were like, all right, word, like put this kid through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, I mean, like the main reason why everybody there fucks with me is because like music knowledge and like music taste.
Yeah.
Because I was doing engineering for Diplo for like past 2 years. And then now I go to this academy called LAMP with Stargate, who I don't know if you guys know who Stargate is, but they produce like Rihanna's first album, all that shit. So lost my engineering gig because Diplo said I need to go to this. And then I used to do engineering. I would make his DJ sets for Twitch live streams.
Oh wow.
Do radio stuff for him too. So like very trusted with music Calvies, I guess, with him.
Funny. I went to a mad decent block party like, I don't even know, 10 years ago or something. It was a while ago, but it was basically just like a big ass party where they would just like DJ, you know what I mean? They had a couple of DJs there.
Dude, back then the block parties were so fucking sick because that's also what got me into like, I want to be like this. I want to be big time DJ because there's like fools like Moonchi playing Dylan Francis and like Diplo,
Dylan Francis, dude.
Like a bunch of other fools, but Crooker's played one time too. It was like, damn, this is fucking sick. This is like the type of music that I want to be in. This is the world that I want to be in.
Dylan Francis, and that was who I saw actually. He did that block party that I went to was Dylan Francis.
Fire.
Okay.
Yeah, Dylan's super sick. But yeah, I was just saying like, it's crazy. Like that was the most inspiring thing for me. Like seeing like the block party, like, oh, cool. Like this is what like music is. Like this is what music festivals are like. This is like the type of music that I like or that I'm into. This is a crowd of people that I'm into kind of thing. Or like that I want to be surrounded by. And like I've basically worked my way into that crowd. I was like, oh, cool. There's more crowds within people, but there's just different sectors. Like, and there's just so many like little camps within music. Yeah. Just like I'm very like happy that I have been able to work my way into at least the Mad Decent world, because that's like that opened up a lot of my routes or lanes of music opportunities. So shouts out Jasper and Wesley and Dorn. Yeah.
Dude, that's really cool. I mean, like if I was to like come to LA, what would be your like suggestion of like things to check out in the music space? Like if I wanted to visit LA and I was like, oh, I want to like fuck with a lot of the things that you're fucking with, where would I go and what would I do?
First thing I would recommend you is not anything music. I would recommend you this food thing that I have.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's talk food. Let's talk food.
You want to talk food?
Hell yeah, let's go.
I'm a food connoisseur.
Tacos and sushi.
But hey, I'm half Japanese, and so sushi is my fucking like I go in. But to answer your question first, before we go into food,
sure.
Music, it just depends on what you want to do. Like if you want to visit the whole like bottle service table thing, there's you want to live that like kind of like, oh, like I want to be like the it person for today. There's Poppy is cool. Like the whole H Wood kind of clubs are cool. Bootsy Bellows, like I'm not a fan, but like if you want to do that kind of like lifestyle type shit,
right?
There's also like Soho House. You know Soho House is, right?
Yeah, there's one in New York. In Soho.
Yeah, like Soho House. Soho House throws like some random parties sometimes, and like they're actually pretty cool. Like the like whoever like does the like whole like event shit like kind of knows what they're doing sometimes. No shade, just like I'm just so yeah.
You seem like a very particular person. You know,
I'm so particular.
Yeah, but that's good. You know exactly what you like and what you want.
Probably... I think I do, but then sometimes I really don't. I just go with the fucking flow, but definitely know what I like, and like with hearing things and then tasting with food.
Right.
Yeah. But there's a bunch of like random parties. My friend, you know Falcons?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Didn't we
No, that was Talons.
Oh yeah. That's funny.
Well, Falcons used to do this thing. That had this group called Athletics with Kittens and Prom Night and Hood Boy. They used to like throw like parties of like the Echoplex, random things. But he has a party now called Pangea, which is popping. I actually have never been, but like I just have FOMO looking at all his fucking stories and all my friends' stories who like play there. I'm like, fuck, this looks fire for like world type shit, like Afrobeat, reggaeton shit, or like kind of like deeper like club baile shit. Like that's the type of music that I like, just like all around the world type shit. So like I would recommend that easy. My friend Milk throws this party called Recreo, and it's like reggaeton, but like also Afrobeat-ish, just like anything that's cool kind of thing. I'm really big into like the Latin, like Afro kind of like world of shit, because I'm just so over American pop music. But
right. I mean, so I can hear that in your music, you know, like when I'm listening to it, you know, you can definitely hear that it's like that's kind of where your influences are coming from.
Yeah, definitely big influences. And thank you. That's fucking fire that it translates.
It did translate. Yeah, I was gonna say,
definitely.
If you're wondering, it translates.
Yeah, hell yeah.
We were coming up the stairs into the studio, and I was like, pa 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 pa. Just like
hell yeah.
In the studio,
hell
like
yeah.
setting up the cameras on Cubase, like programming the stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, you guys are on Cubase. I see that. I was like, what program is it? It's not like that's not Reaper or anything.
Yeah,
like
no, I'm a Cubase guy. I picked it up because Joey Sturgis. I don't know if you are big into like the screamo scene or anything, but he was like the big producer for me as a teenager. So when I heard he was using Cubase 5 back in the day, I downloaded it immediately, and so I've just never left it ever since. I mean, I'm on Cubase 11 now, but it's all the same.
Cubase is pretty fire. Like for me, like I think it sounds the best with mixing and like production kind of thing. I just could never figure out how to play the computer keyboard while playing plugins. So I was just like, I give up. I don't give a fuck. So, but like sonically, like the onboard like coding for like the limiters and everything, it was really good.
Yeah, a lot of their stock stuff is really good too. They even have like a really good graphical pitch corrector in the newest versions that are like really, really good, where you can like it looks kind of like their version of Melodyne. It's very much so I like using that for like really quick, like if I just need to touch up a harmony or something, like I won't even bother opening up Melodyne because it's just faster in Cubase.
Fire.
But
fuck,
what do you use?
So slow.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
I use Ableton.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Started out, very first DAW I ever used was GarageBand. Then went to Reason, then went to Logic, then went back to Reason, and went back to Logic, and then went to Ableton, and I was like, fuck Ableton because it's so confusing. Then went back to Logic, and then I was like, back to Ableton because I was like, oh, you can play DJ sets on Ableton and produce kind of at the same time kind of thing. I was like, oh, Ableton's the call, and then just went hard on Ableton.
Yeah,
I'm just like a lot of my friends are like, you are Ableton. I'm like,
you got through that hump where it was like, oh, this is annoying if fuck to use, and now you're just like, okay, I get it.
Now have become Ableton.
Yes.
Yeah, I am now one with Ableton. I'm just like for me, it's just the fastest workflow. Like I do all my like engineering sessions on Ableton. I hate using Pro Tools so much. But
well, Pro Tools is very common in like the rock world, that from what I see, and like a lot of those old heads, like Crystal and Algae, and like who's actually a popular pop producer, Dave Pensato. He's like he's a big Pro Tools guy, but he
Mike Dean.
Yeah, a lot of these guys like they like Pro Tools, but I think that's because Pro Tools was like one of the first to really hit the market that actually made a ton of sense. Because like, you have programs like Audacity that are pretty old too, but it still sucks to this day.
Facts.
Audacity's like, facts. Oh, the hardest, most annoying program ever. Let's make that.
Yeah.
That's the biggest facts I've ever heard.
It's true. I don't know anybody uses it. It's free though, right? That's the whole thing. Yeah.
It's free. If you make music on Audacity, I don't
honestly.
They made it free to convince you to buy one.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. Basically.
Oh shit,
that shit's crazy. I'm on Ableton.
That's cool. I've watched Plumpy. I played something on guitar and he just recorded it on his laptop speaker and then just like made a beat out of like this like really crappily played guitar. And I was like, wow, you made that in like 10 minutes. And he's like, yes. And then he left. That was bad funny.
That's so fire. Dude, they like him and Kevin or the Tress Mortimer, like they just like bust out fucking songs like that. They're just like, cool. Like, what's the next one? What's the next spicy fajita or some shit like that? Also, their lingo is just so fucking crazy. But like,
funny ass guy.
They're so fucking funny. It's just like so crazy. They're so foreign. It's
great. Dude has such a thick accent. I gotta send in the chat. He sent me this thing one time. Where he was going to talk about the podcast, and he sent me one of those emoji voice messages where he was a giraffe, and like he was like, "Yes, tonight the podcast, 8 p.m. sharp." It was so funny, dude.
That's so fucking spot on. Holy shit. That's crazy.
I'll see if I could pull it up and play it, but yeah.
Yeah, he's a funny ass guy, dude.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Voice messages too. Like my dad says voice messages, like it's like a fob thing to do.
It is.
My dad's mad foreign, so
fresh off the boat.
Wait, so where's your dad from?
I'm Lebanese. I have like a similar situation.
Oh.
Like my grandma speaks Arabic and like I speak Arabic, but like I don't speak it a lot because I don't live around people. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I have a very similar situation to kind of what you were describing earlier.
That's fire. You don't really meet that many Lebanese people.
Yeah, well, where I live, kind of, because like I know them all because like they all came over together. So like, not to be like stereotypical, but like I do know, like if you know a guy in New England that's Lebanese, I probably know him.
Yeah,
somehow.
He also knows a bunch of random ass people too. He's like, oh yeah, my uncle like knows Bruno Mars and like they chill. I'm like, okay, like that's cool.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, it'd be like that sometimes. I feel you.
I just got a big family, you know. I got like
hell yeah,
like 50 cousins and like a bunch of aunts and uncles. It's like,
hell yeah, brother. I only know like 2 Lebanese people, or like one, and then I found out another person was Lebanese. Like, oh, whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's a really small country. You know, I mean, it's like what is it like putting 2 Rhode Islands next to each other?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah,
it's super small. Are you also ethnically diverse?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm white as they come, dude.
Hell yeah, brother.
I am like German and Italian, I think, and English and French. Yeah, that's right. Hey.
Exactly. Yep. A little bit of that.
And then if you're from Massachusetts, the Italian's more like, hey, can you go down in the cellar?
Yeah, basically.
We gotta go get some from the Packy. You know, it's shit like that. And like no one knows what the Packy is out. What do you know what the Packy is over there?
No, what the fuck is that?
That's hysterical. So the Packy, it's kind of a Massachusetts thing. It's the package store or a liquor store. So if you want to go pick up something from the Packy, you're going and you're picking up some beer.
Yeah, it makes no sense. I don't know why we say
because they took package store and they shortened it to Packy.
Yeah.
So they're going to the Packy.
It's just kind of funny because like even package store, I'm like, I don't think people call it that, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I think
it sounds like some like old head like New England shit.
That's like some shit you would say if like you don't want your parents to know what you're talking about, and you're like, I'm getting a package. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
But
basically.
Yeah. Dude.
Well, that's fire.
Okay.
I was trying to play this thing, but it's being dumb. But wait a minute, hold up.
Good.
So actually, do we still I know you said you were only scheduled for about an hour. Do we still have time to talk food or?
Dude, I'm here. I need food, but like I'm fucking here. I love just conversations about anything because I'm so ADHD. So let's fucking go all over the place.
All
right. So if you're out in LA, it seems like you had a whole list of stuff, huh? What's that looking like?
So during quarantine, we were stuck, right? We were fucking stuck. So I fucking forgot everything that I would used to go out to eat to. So after quarantine or when things started opening back up, I was like, okay, I need to make a list because I don't remember shit. So started like one by one. I was like, oh yeah, this restaurant, cool. Add this restaurant, add, cool. Oh yeah, fuck this place. And now I'm at 70. There's still,
holy shit.
Whoa.
There's still. I'm also like I'm big on food. Like I don't eat bullshit. Like I love fucking food.
Yeah.
Big Japanese thing is like quality kind of thing.
Yeah, I feel you.
So yeah, I just love quality food. But I'll also fucking take an In-N-Out burger or I'll eat at Waffle House or whatever the fuck. Like
hey man, everyone's got a sloppy morning, you know?
Definitely a big foodie though. But like, all right. What's your favorite? It's kind of a shitty question because I feel like food, it's kind of like whatever you're in the mood for, you know what I mean? But like, what's like top 3 in no particular order, like types of cuisine? You know what I'm saying? Like regional, whatever.
Type 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Like
and then
type 3.
Doesn't have to be like in order or anything. Just like your like 3. Like, all right, these are my 3 favorite.
Mexican, Japanese, Italian.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
That's a solid list right there.
So yeah, then I think
within those top 3, then if you had to go to Mexican, what spots you going to right off the?
Dude, literally,
right
you're in the best
head?
spot for both of those things. By the way, Mexican and
yeah, because you guys don't use. I'm pretty sure a lot of sushi places out in the East Coast are still using imitation crab for their sushi rolls.
There's still places out here that do it. There's like a bunch of like cheap whatever kind of like sushi places out here.
See, it sounds like you sniffed them out though.
Oh yeah, no. There's like places called like Sushi Stop. Like fuck no, like Sushi Stop is L. So, I'm sorry. Like, I hope I'm not burning any bridges or whatever. I don't think I am.
Yeah,
but,
dude,
like,
we're
Sushi
actually
Stop-
sponsored by Sushi Stop. What the fuck,
dude?
Yeah, dude. Fuck.
Bone Apple Tea is the biggest Sushi Stop sponsor.
No, but like I don't fuck with rolls like that. I fuck with just like
Sashimi.
actual sushi, like sashimi too. But like it's all about how it's cut, how the rice is. If the rice is fucking falling apart when I'm eating it, you're fucking up.
Yeah.
Or if it's too hot, you're fucking up. Or if it's too cold, you're fucking up. Like it's
true.
I'm very like, okay, like things have to be perfect because sushi is like really an art kind of thing.
It is.
It is, dude.
It's very detailed. It's not like a rushed thing. You're supposed to like be precise. It's all about precision, you know? So I'm very big on like how sushi restaurants out here or anywhere in the world handle their sushi. And also my mom's whole thing is like, I know it's just like my mom's Japanese as fuck. So she's like, if there's not a fucking Japanese chef, sushi chef working, I don't want to fucking eat there.
Dude, I get
it. Yeah.
I get it. Cause like, you know, sometimes you go to these restaurants or sushi places and they're like not Japanese workers. I'm like, oh, like they're actually, cause Japanese people already have that understanding. So like, of like what it's supposed to be when if you're not Japanese and you don't really give a fuck. It's just, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like
a lot of those guys, like, they do it for like years, you know. It's not like you just like it's like a thing. It's like you can't even do this until you know get perfect at doing the right. You know what I mean?
Like you have to like really you have to like you don't even touch the fish. Like when you start out making like if you're working at a sushi restaurant, you want to become a sushi chef. You don't even touch the fucking fish until like you first like you like clean the knives and then you like okay cool then you upgrade then you're on to rice and then you gotta like but like rice is so fucking important in sushi. Like you gotta like thoroughly wash the rice, clean it from all this starch shit. Then like okay then you gotta do the like preparation for the rice. Then okay maybe you can fucking touch the fish. All right, if you fuck up on the first slice of your shit, you're stuck on rice type shit. You know?
Yeah, exactly. All right.
You know, like it's very like strict. Japanese people are very strict kind of thing.
Yeah.
A lot of Asian people. That's like just Asian culture. But yeah. Yeah. So I just me being Japanese, I have this high standard or kind of high standard for sushi.
Well, believe me, I'm very excited. I'm probably going to write down the place that you suggest to go because of that. Like if I'm going to trust anyone on a recommendation, it's someone who has that level of scrutiny. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. Well, trust me, I got you. Any sushi place, I got you. I've never been to New England, so I don't got you there.
No, that's fine. But you know, at some point I'm going to be going to LA to at least visit. So I'm going to be looking these places up.
I'll text you the food list. But my favorite place out here is this place called Sushi Enya. Sushi Enya, they have like 4 locations out here. It's my favorite all-time sushi in LA.
And how do you spell that second word?
Enya, Enya.
Okay, I thought so.
So fire. Like shouts out to Moki-san because like I just like talked to this fool randomly one day. He's like the whole thing, but the whole tactic is like you speak to the chefs in Japanese because you know back to the whole racial if they're not Japanese then they shouldn't be you know that thing in my mom's mind kind of thing. But yeah, I spoke to the chef whose name was Tomoki at Enya in Japanese, and I was like, oh, basically saying like, what's fresh fish? Like how like what's good here? Like how do I get this? And they're like, you speak Japanese? Like what? I'm like, whoa, well, yeah, well, actually here and then there. Wow, you speak Japanese? Okay, we have fish here. What? You speak Japanese? Like it's like that. So it's like it's that like because there's not that many Japanese people in LA, believe it or not, or in America like that. Really, like it's very nominal.
Yeah, I guess that's true, right? I mean, yeah. New York, sort of. But
I saw some statistic that there's actually more, what was it, like Latinos in America than white people?
Yeah, I feel like that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah,
I think now there is. Yeah, but there for the longest time, it's probably. I don't think it's not more than white. I think there's still 60% white, and then like it's or like 54 or some shit like that.
Like the split's pretty close.
It might have been more Spanish speakers than English speakers.
Yeah,
which is still a pretty crazy statistic. But it kind of makes sense because California is like one of those really huge states over there where there is a lot of Spanish speaking
especially
people
in the South.
I mean, hey, the fucking county of LA has 10 point something million, right?
Yeah.
That's not counting. That's not counting. Like, that's just LA. That's not really counting the San Fernando Valley, I think. And that's not counting like anything above it or OC or like Orange County or anything like that.
San Diego. When we went to San Diego, there was definitely a lot of Spanish speaking people for sure.
Yeah, very, very heavy in the Latin scene out here.
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess there's really not a ton of Japanese people.
It's kind of rare. So it's like, so when you see someone who's Japanese and you like are Japanese, you're kind of like, oh, whoa, that's crazy. Like another Japanese person, like, wow. That's so it gets you like the like hype of like, oh, wow, another Japanese person.
Yeah.
So back to speaking Japanese to the sushi chef, you basically get hooked up with like free shit.
That's dope. They like give you the good stuff.
Yeah. So like whenever I go to Nobu or whenever I go to like all these bougie ass fucking sushi restaurants, I'm just like always speaking to them Japanese and they're like, oh wow, crazy.
Nobu sounds familiar actually.
So that's Nobu.
I'm not recommending Nobu, but yeah, you guys can go to Nobu if you want. It's a very it's a bougie. It's like a bougie like kind of like actually they're fucking popcorn. They're not popcorn. They're like they're popcorn shrimp basically is still my favorite dish there. But I also have a black miso cod there, which is pretty good. It's not sushi. I don't know. Their sushi's all right. You have to like really tell them what to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nobu's cool. I mean, like honestly, if you've never been to Nobu, you should definitely experience Nobu. Nobu's fire, ish. It used to be a lot better, but ever since pandemic, everything you can't blame that. Also, like on them. It's not on them. It's just like it's life. But their quality is definitely went down. Enya is my favorite all time. They fucking just know they have this one thing, this one little roll. It's like wrapped in seaweed, and they have scallops, like fatty tuna, and then they have uni or what is that, sea urchin, and then caviar, and then they also top it with gold. And it's fire. If you don't feel like a bad bitch eating that, like
that's just like
I don't fucking know.
Scallops are just so good. I feel like I've never actually had sushi with scallops like in the sushi. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Usually, the only thing that I like vividly remember is eating the toro, because I've had sushi in like Southern California a number of times, and it's like my brother-in-law is like super like he fucking loves sushi.
Right.
So like he's got like a couple spots where he like always goes. Like he knows the chefs and everything. Which is good because like if you know a guy and he's good enough, sometimes it's nice to just go in and be like, hey, just like whatever you feel like making tonight, like you know what I mean, like surprise me. And usually like they like to get creative with it. So
that's a good spot. So that was one of the food categories. So that's like for sushi,
right?
And then I think
cool.
Mexican style food, right?
So Mexican, there's mariscos is basically like seafood Mexican seafood like dishes. They have fucking this one place called Mariscos Jalisco's, which is like a taco truck in Boyle Heights. It's like kind of like the hood-ish, not really hood, but like it's like a lower income area. But they have these things called tacos dorados, which is basically folded deep fried tacos, and they have shrimp in them, and they have a Michelin star. They won a Michelin star in 2019, which is so crazy. It's a fucking like random taco truck.
What? Yeah. Wait a minute. Hold up. You gotta spell this. You gotta spell this for me.
Mariscos space JALISCOS.
Okay. So.
Yeah, that sounds delightful. Dude, I'm also just hungry. So
this is like this. Yeah,
dude, I'm starving.
Yeah,
I'm fucking starving, dude. I'll literally send you guys a fucking food list. Like, there's so many places on this list.
Yeah,
but also, if you ever go to Vancouver, has the best sushi. Also, just to go back to sushi. Real quick.
Okay, yeah.
Vancouver has the best sushi in the world.
Really,
better than Japan. Better than
hot
LA,
take.
New York, San Francisco, anywhere. Yeah,
Vancouver.
There's this place called Blue Water Cafe, and I fucking like me and my ex-partner at the time, she was like, fuck, like I'm gonna cry. And I was like, I'm gonna cry too. I was like, holy fuck. Just like I like literally was so shocked. My mouth was just like dropped. And we're just both
I'm
like,
about to buy a ticket to Canada just to eat some sushi and leave.
Canada?
Dude,
Yeah, Vancouver.
Honestly, yeah, Vancouver.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. I was
dude. I'm with you. I'm like,
you guys want to go? It's like,
yeah,
well, that was
dude,
delicious. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, basically, I feel you. But Mariscos Jaliscos is fire. That's seafood, Mexican seafood. There's this birria, BRRIA.
Yeah, birria is delicious.
Birria is like birria is fire. There's a bunch of places out here, but that have fire birria trucks or whatever. There's this one place in Hollywood on Vine and Melrose called Tacos de la Guetza. And Tacos de la Guetza has this thing called suadero, which is like basically beef brisket. I don't know if it's really beef brisket, but like it's something.
Some kind of brisket.
And it don't feel like brisket. it feels like, but it's fucking fire. And holy shit, like every time I go there, it's like it's more authentic, kind of like Mexican style tacos, but like that shit hits. There's also Angels Tijuana tacos, and I will share this to that group so you guys can see. But their al pastor is fucking crazy.
Oh my god, dude.
Ooh.
So I look at that gram real quick.
Oh my dude, I'm already hungry. My stomach's
Yeah.
like pissed that I'm not eating right now.
Hey man, I've
know.
not eaten today.
Dude, it's like I'm like salivating. It's kind of gross.
Oh, nice.
actually.
I just pushed one of their posts into 1,400 likes. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
It was
Dude,
$13.99 before me. Let's go.
Their shit insane.
Yeah,
like
that
they're
El
like
pastor looks
their
so
queso tacos, queso burritos, their molitas, whatever the fuck you
good. That's
get
a Mexican
is-
shawarma right there.
Oh,
That's what
yeah.
that
That's a Mexican shawarma.
is. It is.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Shit looks
And then
fire.
that's kind of like it's just Mexican in LA. You can just go anywhere.
There's so many good
Yeah.
places.
Yeah, well, it's a lot more
Yeah.
authentic over there than it is here. Because, like, if you think about the travel time, like, you know,
Mhm.
you're going all the way across
Yeah.
the country to get up to the Northeast. So,
Yeah, we got like lobster rolls
Well,
and shit like that. You know.
yeah,
So,
around here, it's more like lobster rolls, clam
Dude,
chowder.
Yeah.
You know?
I love that too.
Dude,
Yeah.
I love that
Fucking
so
bomb.
much.
Have
Lobster
you
rolls
ever
are my
been to
fucking shit?
Have you ever been to Boston?
No, I've only been in New York.
Oh wow.
So
Well, you
that's
know, we're
as far
meeting a
as I
lot
got.
of people like that have only
Just
really
never been
been
to-
to New York but haven't been to Boston.
Yeah.
Boston's a little different because it was, you know, obviously constructed during like, you know, the times when horse and buggies still existed.
Yeah.
So like a lot of the roads don't make sense. You know,
Mhm.
like it's a lot of
Oh,
like
yeah.
old timey roads. It's not like a grid like New York is. But there's some really good eats out there. A lot of like New England based eating out there.
Good Italian food.
Yeah, and if you ever come to Connecticut, no, it's another random ass state on the East Coast. But some of the best pizza that you can find in
yeah.
the world is in Connecticut.
Oh, dude.
New Haven
Oh.
area.
But what type of pizza? Because I'm also very particular about pizza.
It's flat crust. It's not.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
thin crust pizza.
Okay, so it's not, but like, okay, all right.
It's not like so. For example, there's Chicago style, which is like deep dish.
Yeah, I love deep dish, but like that's not like that's considered a pie, right? To some
Yeah, it's like
people
I mean,
out
like
there.
I guess pizza is a pie too. Like it's just
all
it's all a pie.
pie.
It's just
It's
a
all a
cheesy
pie.
meaty pie, you know, depending on how you get it. But
yeah.
yeah. So like out here,
Or New York style.
yeah,
Or-
it's like New York style, but it's like New York, New Haven, New Jersey all kind of have like competing state wars of who's got the best slice, you know. All I know is when I went to New York City the last time, it cost fucking $90 to get one large pizza. Sorry, 2 large pizzas.
What?
It
Where
was
the fuck did you go?
$36 for a margarita pizza, bro. And I was like, wow, New York sucks.
Yeah,
Like, that's
New York,
crazy.
New York does suck.
Yeah,
That
like,
sucks.
that's crazy.
I don't even-
Fucking
I-
sucks.
Like, I was so surprised too, because I was like, oh yeah, don't worry. I'll get the pizza for the party. So I buy 2 large pizzas, and someone's like, yeah, just Venmo me. I'll place the order because I know the spot. And then he sends me the Venmo request, and I was like, am I getting a blowjob too?
Dude, I feel like
what is in this pizza?
I think this dude just Venmo'd you some ridiculous amount of money and you just accepted it.
No, dude, he showed me the receipt and it was literally like $80-something for 2 pies.
Yeah, that's outrageous.
It was unreal. But anyway,
I mean, hey,
but yeah, so
that's crazy.
Crazy, yeah. Well, like if you go to like Frank Pepe's in New Haven, if you're a frequent listener of the show, you probably heard that a bunch. But Frank Pepe's, Modern, Sally's, a Pizza, you know, those are like your top spots for pizza around here, anyway. But anyways, I feel like we should maybe like tie this up a little bit, and maybe like anything sort of like you got coming up that you want people to know about, projects in the works, things that you're excited about, anything like that.
Yeah, projects in the works. Fuck, there's actually so much. I have like 4 or 5 artist projects that I'm like working on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, hell no. It sucks. It's a lot of work. Akira Akira, I'm just trying to like, I'm still keeping that going. I'm just trying to like get back on it and like just go hard on it. That's going to be like the main overhead for all these side projects. I have a project called 4x4, which is basically just house music, 4 on the floor kind of thing. But it's more so like kind of Chicago house-ish style kind of thing. Maybe like, I was gonna say like I have like been trying to do like a Rufus Du Sol, trying to make to like the stream kind of things, but like that'll probably just be for an Akira Akira thing. But yeah, 4x4 for the house shit. I'm bringing back an old project called DJ Swaggy Dolphin that I used to do in high school, which is like my joke. Everything to me is a joke, but it was my joke thing in high school. But that was like the weird, like kind of like query, kind of like club, like world of music. And then I have this project called William, which is like just my middle name because I'm so uncreative with names. So I just took my middle name. William is my like electronic-y, kind of like more feely artist project. And then I have this, 5. I have this artist project called Fang, which is with this sync company called Safari Right. And that one's just like crazy, fucking dark, weird EDM.
So do you have these as like basically like a separate like artists, or like these are just projects under like you? Because like I'm thinking like kind of like how like Dylan Francis has like that whole DJ Hansel thing. Like a lot of people do the split kind of.
So yeah, they're all separate artist things because like if I do all these projects under Akira project, it's it doesn't make sense. Too diverse. It's too diverse. Like no, if you see a show from me, everyone's gonna be like, what the fuck do I expect? Like I want to hear the 4x4 stuff more. So kind of,
right.
I want to hear the house stuff more. I want to hear the feely stuff more. It's like, okay, so let's just separate it.
That's a good idea.
You guys can have that. But every project will just like 4x4, like if it's on Spotify, 4x4, Akira Akira kind of thing. Like Akira Akira is going to be the main project or main artist on all the other projects. Kind of just like how Major Lazer, like how there's like Major Lazer and then like, Diplo, like Beam or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So like it kind of it makes sense. But yeah, I have 5 artist projects that's happening. I'm more so working harder on the house one because it's just like easier to work on.
Mm-hmm.
I've been working on the Fang project, but Fang's cool. That's just for syncs, really. Got a Star Wars placement, which was cool.
What? Whoa, pause, dude. I'm like a big Star Wars nerd. What do you mean you got a Star Wars placement?
You know the Star Wars, is it Visions, the anime one?
Oh, yeah.
So I got the trailer for that Star Wars thing. I don't know if it's a show or if it's a movie thing, but
yeah, if it's the anime, I think it's the show. It's like individual, like I don't think they connect episodes. I think they're individual.
Oh yeah,
little like happenings.
Well, I definitely want to go watch the trailer now, just to like run it back and be like, oh shit.
I think it's called Horizons, I think, or some shit, or Visions or something like that. But Star Wars Horizons or Visions or whatever the fuck. But yeah, my song from the Fang project is on that. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Hell yeah. Let's get this Disney
awesome,
money.
Dude.
Yeah, we're getting this Disney money. Let's go.
Run it up.
Hey, Mickey Mouse, come over here.
Yeah,
I heard that Fang guy's really been putting out good content.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, I'm just trying to, for the Akira Akira show, I'm just trying to like push everything. I'm just trying to start DJing everything. Just start making shit that like people can dance to. Like, so
Nice.
That's all I've been doing is I've been going to this school called Lamp that was started from Stargate. Again, the people who like found Rihanna, they made Black and Yellow type shit.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just doing that. That's just been the whole past year for me. But once I'm done with that, I met a bunch of kids from there who I'm actually excited about. Like I don't get excited about many people, but like I'm like, holy fuck, like you're fucking crazy. Like this just a bunch of people. Like my friend's brother goes there. His name's Ellery, or he goes by Crazy Mike. Like his shit's fucking crazy. He's like crazy rapper. Yeah. he's not crazy. He's just like super homie and chill. But yeah, Crazy Mike, fucking, I don't know anybody else's artist name, so I don't know if I should shout them out, but like that. But yeah.
How long is that schooling? You said you've been in it for a little over a year now?
Since almost a year, but it's like 9 months. It's since October I started, and it ends in June something.
Oh, that's not bad.
We're almost done.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible.
Is it just because you really hate being back like in like a school type environment, or I'm sure it's a lot different than like what high school was.
It's just making like we're just stuck in pods making music.
Okay.
But like yeah, I'm just like I don't have any time for myself kind of thing. So kind of like it's a great program though. Like it's great because like it gives kids the opportunity to like work every day kind of thing. Right. Like in a more so like real world environment, because some of these kids have never even sang on a mic, Yeah. So like, but like some kids never sang on a mic, or some kids have never been in sessions and whatever. So it's just like this is great for them. For me, I feel like I'm just producing for people, and like I am a music producer, but like I'm also an artist first and foremost. But like regardless if I'm singing or not, yeah, it's just like I'm not, and it's kind of like taking out of the whole like artist side for me. So I'm just like, okay,
yeah,
but it is a great program. Like everybody there is super nice and like super tight. I met a bunch of kids who are like super fire. So
I guess that's the one thing. Like that place is going to be full of kids that are like, for the most part, right, pretty talented. I would imagine So
yeah,
you get to at least like link up with people, maybe collab or something, like get something out of it like that. Like
every fucking day we're collabing. Fucking day.
Right.
Said that with so much
sick of you motherfuckers. It's been 9 months. Let's get it.
Dude, let me
day.
fucking tell you. Hey, like I make music every day, but like whole songs like every day. Like
that's wild.
It's a lot. But again, great program. No shade. Like I really love it there. It's really
a good muscle to exercise, even if someone's forcing you to do it. It's like, you get like the social connections and like interacting with people. Also like kind of forcing yourself to have to work with maybe in a situation where you might not feel like working, which is very real.
That's exactly what that is. That's literally what that program is. Just like teaching kids how to like do that. It's just for me, I'm just like I've already had this life experience, but fuck it, we're here.
Round 2, baby. Let's
round
go.
2. We're keeping it going. Just like, even more so. But yeah, no, it's fire. But yeah, those are the only things that I'm like really doing right now. Sounds like nothing, but like
I don't know, dude. It doesn't sound like
nothing. I mean, that's kind of a lot. You just listed like 5 different projects. So I
yeah, I'm doing like, like this project and that project. I'm going to school. I'm meeting people and I'm producing records. I got a song. It's on like a Disney thing. I don't know. I'm not really doing anything though. I haven't done anything actually.
Dude, yeah, that sounds dope. That's super exciting. Like I'm pretty stoked.
Thank you guys. When you put it like that, I'm like, holy fuck. Yeah, actually, wait.
Yeah. We're not gonna let you talk shit about yourself. After
that's right. Yeah.
But anyways,
other people are gonna talk shit about you for you. You don't gotta do it to yourself,
But do you want to like plug your Instagram or like, where people can find you too?
Just at Is That Akira? Literally ISTHATAKIRA.
Sweet, and he's verified for anyone that wanted to know.
I am verified, and the only reason why I'm verified is because I used to do Twitch. I'm like, I didn't ask for this.
I didn't ask for this check mark.
Dude, it's sorry. I know like we're trying to wrap it up, but like it's just such bullshit. Just like everyone's like, how are you verified? How'd you get verified? Like, why are you verified? Like, it's just like annoying questions. It's like, don't ask me this shit. Like, I did live streams. I was like, I need to do swipe up posts, but I don't have 10K followers. Like, how does this work? One day I'm fucking verified. Cool. That's
wild.
It.
It's just like,
oh
random,
wow.
you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Twitch, huh?
That's cool.
Twitch.
Twitch is, hey, Twitch. Shouts out Twitch.
Shout out to Twitch. You know what? The execs watch the show consistently, so they'll appreciate the shout out.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's a joke. All right, dude. It was great. It was great getting to know you. Great getting to talk to you, learn about you and stuff. And
brought to you by Sushi Stop. And we'll see you guys later. And
all right. Have a good one, man.
Thank you guys. Later.
see you, bro.
Oh, fuck.
Thanks so much for listening to Bone Apple Tea. If you like the show, please give us a follow, like, comment, subscribe, whatever it is. Tell your friends about it. And make sure to follow us on Instagram. That's Bone Apple TV, BoneAppleTeaV on Instagram. Thanks so much.